Game is yet again gonna be Isis Mirror. This time it's gonna be a Marsh, a land map. So we started on the land map with the first game on the balance patch duo, and second game on the balance patch duo is gonna be land map as well. Whereas on the hybrid, aka vanilla rules, we had a battle on water 2 times. Interesting choices by the players. But there we go. Let's start and see how they're gonna be challenged by a map with also a bit of water. But usually not all that many boats, even though they can be sometimes used as well, of course. If you want to, so of course that's gonna be plenty of deer right next to the base for Joe. But he's also gonna be having the gold next to the tower, which is kind of solid position, especially since it's guarded from the front side by all this huge forest. That's gonna be helpful for him for the economy, whereas he already does know where the front TC is, and it's not really that far away. Not really that far away. This seems like a pretty solid position for him. He's also scouting by the piggies behind his base, trying to discover what could be hiding in all of the darkness. As for the opponent, for BoIt, we are gonna be looking at reasonably safe gold as well, right nearby the town center and the tower as well, with of course the wood line being in the front, so kind of fairly similar situation for him. He has already discovered another gold, not really a TC yet, but a gold mine that is fairly close, with some hunt, aka water buffaloes being close by also. Let's turn on the fog of 4 and see. Oh well, that's a good map for BoIt. That's a rather good map for BoIt, like really. Because when you look at this, he's having a TC at the back, which is of course nice, and he's having the gold right next to it. As another gold mine not really far away, and a few hippos and everything. You can see some water buffaloes everywhere. This is a very good map for the blue player. A very good map indeed, as on the opposite side of the map, we are gonna be looking at Joe, who does have the TC and a few water buffaloes right next to it. But it's very hidden in the corner, and doesn't provide any kind of gold whatsoever. He does have a gold mine here, partially hidden and partially protected, so if he wants, he maybe could wall like there. Some kind of complicated walling could be probably happening. It's not really all that stupid gold, but could be slightly better, like for example this right next to the TC, of course. But much more importantly, this TC is kind of sucky as far as straight in the late game goes, because if we go into the late game, Joe would definitely want to be having the market from about here to the TC, but right now with this they would be going all the way, blocking themselves and everything, so he will somehow have to cut through this, or I don't know, because even if he wanted to be having market from here, it should be from about here, he would still be having the same problem with the forest in the way. And yeah, this TC, even though it's nicely protected, so it might be, you might be thinking it could be nice for booming, it does have problems coming for the later game. Not really ideal at all. Alright, so of course a lot of obelisks are gonna be coming forward for both players. They're gonna be also seen at some gold mines on the left side for Joe. He's having plenty of them there, but unluckily for him, he doesn't have a TC in this position, so that means that they're gonna be fairly open. And especially since he does have this sucky water right next to it, or like half water, it's gonna be very hard for him to wall up. Probably impossible pretty much, and yeah, this is just gonna be wide open. So if he doesn't control the game properly, and especially his front TC, that is quite close to the middle of the map, so maybe could be abusable by BoIt as well, it's gonna be kinda hard. So I really like this map for BoIt a whole lot more, and he does have a lot of things going for him. Even the front TC is not really badly positioned, as it's towards the middle of the map. The gold is kind of further away, though not exactly far away. But much more importantly, it's closer to the base than actually this TC is for Joe, and that is gonna be potentially giving BoIt some kind of chance of controlling this TC for himself. Okay, let's check for example relics in the meantime, as the players are gonna be just scouting around and not doing much. 2 lions will appear at your temple. That's one of them, and the second is on the left part of the map. That is gonna be for cheaper walls and gates. Well, might be something interesting slightly, as there could be a bit of walling coming up because of prevention of basically, of course, raids from chariot archers and anything like that. But otherwise, since we see BoIt already come in with his villages into the middle, because of course he doesn't have to fear anything all that much from his opponent, because they are in Egyptian mirror, I would be expecting that he might be wanting to take this TC as soon as he advances into the cover, into the classical age, as there is another relic. I thought there should be more relics here, and that's for cavalry and chariot archer hit points. That's a huge one for Joe. Okay, that's a really good relic for him. And it's gonna be playing quite a big role in this game, so quite a good catch for the red player, and blue is probably gonna be facing quite significantly harder situation for himself. Let's check for example the difference, how they are scouting. So BoIt has scouted quite a bit, on his side of the map. He hasn't discovered the TC on the left side, though he probably could be having a solid idea that it could be hiding somewhere in this part. Though, of course, it's not really ensured for him. Whereas Joe has scouted quite a bit more, as you can see. He's right now trying to finish finish with another obelisk, but no, he's gonna be ganged up upon, and he's gonna be losing him, which is maybe important. It's still 100 gold, so of course it is important that way. But otherwise, I think that he has basically scouted enough. He knows about the gold, he knows about this gold, the TCs. He basically knows everything that he needs to know about the map. He really doesn't need to know anything more, so it's not really all that much of a problem as far as scouting goes. It's just that it's gonna be one unit missing, and 100 gold, that's really quite a solid, quite a solid amount. Right now, Joe is advancing through Bust, whereas BoIt is advancing through Bust as well, but it's gonna be slightly slower. So let's see where he's gonna be taking the TC. I would be really thinking that he should be coming for this one. Or maybe if he really wants to be supremely aggressive, he could be coming even for this one. But I don't expect that too much, especially since he might have noticed the Sphinx already coming around. Alright, so what's going on here? You're getting healed, Cleopatra. Cleopatra, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Finishing with this guy, and he doesn't have enough resources for the TC yet. So like now, what's like going on? He has a husbandry, as you can see. What researches does he have? Pickaxe, hunting dogs, and husbandry. For the opponent, we are seeing what? The same. Literally the same. An interesting wall in to basically protect the gold. And why is he doing this is that basically he wants to prevent... He could be basically doing shorter wall right from here, directly to the forest, but it will be also opening a risk of chariot archers having a very easy access to those. Once his opponent potentially went for basically straight faster heroic, which to be honest at this point seems fairly probable, because he's not coming for the second TC yet, whereas his opponent did. He did capture the very back one, so the one that is not really extremely useful for him, but it's of course extremely safe, so he doesn't need to worry about like the Sphinx disturbing him there, as it will be potentially in the middle. And of course that is gonna be a bit of an advantage for the red player, as right now the faster heroic from BoIt seems to be heading into the normal one, which is still gonna be kinda slower at about 8 minutes it seems like at this point, or 8, 7.5. It's gonna be a whole lot faster it seems like in the end. 760 just needs 40 more from those villages, I guess. He's so desperate right now, BoIt, actually to advance. You can see he's trying to basically deposit it as soon as possible. But unfortunately right now he's returning back to the piggies as he miscalculated somehow. Yeah, this was a bit of a train wreck right there. That didn't work out all that well for him. He slowed himself down by about good 15 seconds, something like that, as he's coming to Nephthys with the prosperity, whereas his opponent is coming for basically 2 TC faster heroic. And even though he's gonna be later, it's not gonna be anything all that crucial, I think. Also because of the little misplay in that BoIt did. And with empowerment coming quite a bit later, like basically through half of prosperity, well, maybe even the gold might be a bit of a problem for him. As right now, Joe is coming for the gold here as well, for empowerment. And he's gonna be waiting if maybe could be also advancing into the heroic cage sometime soon. He definitely wants, yeah. Right now realize that he could be already getting there. He is having about a ton of villages on the foot. You can see that he basically deposited 100 more. But yeah, right now he can be clicking in. It's gonna be advanced about 30 seconds after his opponent, 30, 40. Yeah, his dude apparently is gonna be blocked here for a moment. But yeah, this gold mine is gonna be most of it falling to this empowerment with the prosperity, as of course he does have plenty of gold mines on the left and on the right, but I'm still curious which one he's gonna be choosing first. Because the ones on the left, as we have said at the very start, is completely unsafe. Completely unsafe, whereas the ones on the right are... The one on the right is gonna be a bit more safe, but he will have to do something with the walling, because otherwise it's gonna be basically the same open as the one on the left side. And Meathook, this was played about a week ago. I think about a week or 10 days ago, something like that. Pretty recently. Pretty recently indeed. So we are gonna be looking at the second TC right now being captured by BoIt after he advanced into the heroic cage, and it's... Huh. Okay. I'm right now thinking if maybe BoIt didn't forget that he is on basically balance patch and he could be building in the classic rage the TC. Well, I don't know. But right now, second TC from Joe that he has built quite a bit earlier, I think it's gonna be way stronger than what actually BoIt right now did. BoIt is of course gonna be having a few of those games right there. A few of those units already prepared, whereas his opponent is just now gonna be finishing with the Migdol. But you can see the number is not gonna be that different. You can see about 6 beasts. And gonna be 4 for a BoIt. With a few chariot archers, but with the Migdol already being present and already the walling coming up, exactly as he's coming for the gold in the end on the right side, it seems like that really Joe should be having a much easier game and much stronger economy at this point, because of course BoIt advanced faster in the heroic age, but he does have the TC like 1.5 or 2 minutes later than his opponent, so yeah. That might be a problem for the blue player. Let's see if he's gonna be able to somehow outcontrol his opponent. He already does have funeral rites. That's one hell of a word for me. Hard for me to pronounce. There we go with, of course, BoIt basically realizing what he needs to do and what the map offers to him. And the map offers basic control of the front TC of his opponent. So all he needs to do is somehow try to prevent this TC, whereas he's still gonna be having the opportunity for his own at the very back with plenty of gold right next to it. And if he can somehow make that work for him, then it's always gonna be harder for Joe, even with a good economy, to somehow emerge from his position. But let's not really call it yet at all, because of course the stronger economy still could be having some kind of good spike for Joe. And you can see even he is switching into elephants in there, whereas his opponent is sticking to basically full on chariot archers, and that spike, or rather spike, that tank, might be basically dulling that spike from BoIt quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed. It's gonna be pretty much up to the Scorpion Man with the Sphinx to get rid of the elephant, and the siege tower is coming already forward as well. So yeah, you can see that right now BoIt is only now building the siege work, so that's kinda way too late. Way too late indeed, as he does have the Migdol quite far away from the battlefield and villagers are coming forward. They're gonna be coming for the gold, but is he gonna be able to stand against this fight? That's a big question, and it's probably gonna be about who casts Ancestors first. Because both right now, as opposed to one of the previous games, are gonna be having Eclipse. So if somebody is faster in casting, he's gonna be completely preventing the Ancestors from the opponent. So let's see if that's gonna be coming into play. And there is also a potential danger. Potential danger if you are gonna be trying to cast it between Eclipse and Ancestors, that you might be caught with your Ancestors without your Eclipse. So it's kind of a lot of things to think about. If it's worth it to actually cast your weaker Ancestors, or hope to survive the minute of them, and then cast your own. It's a really kind of difficult decision, I'm thinking, for both players at this point. It's a really difficult and kind of game-changing decision, to be honest. Whatever happens, it's gonna be quite important for how the game is gonna be proceeding. In the meantime, right now, Joe is gonna be using the opportunity to try and get the TC. Unfortunately, for him, he's gonna be facing quite a lot of peace. So of course, the Ancestors will probably not gonna be slowing anything down all that much, unless they can kill Cleopatra. Unless they can kill her, then it would be really good. And all of those siege towers, well, there's plenty of them. Quite plenty of them indeed. So even though the attack on the TC is gonna be quite definitely stopped, we mustn't forget that probably this TC is gonna be finishing. Even though we can see a lot of villages dying in there as well at the same time. But once the Ancestors are gone, it's gonna be, of course, up to Joe to finish. And we mustn't forget that once the 40 seconds for the Eclipse remaining are gone, you're gonna be seeing Ancestors for the other side. And if all of those priests, or most of those priests, are gonna be already destroyed, then BoIt is gonna be in pretty much impossible situation, because right now he has lost like a good portion of the army already. You can see actually how well Joe is playing, and you mustn't forget, one of the reasons is also this very powerful relic that's giving 10% extra hit points to all of those chariot archers, and to cavalry, therefore to the elephants as well, I think. Right now cannot see the elephant here, he already died, but I think it works on elephants as well, because they are considered cavalry. And that's the reason why right now BoIt is resigning, because he can basically just see what's gonna happen. He's already losing the battle here, and once this is gone, in 20 seconds, he is gonna be getting even Ancestors with Eclipse full into his face, without any priest to deal with them. So this TC is gone, he's gonna be down to 1. And he's gonna be out of gold. He's gonna be out of absolutely everything. So that is why Joe is gonna be claiming the victory and advancing into the semifinals of the tournament. So congratulations, well played, but well played by Joe as well. This was quite a nice Isis Mirror in both Titans and basically in Vanilla as well. Nice, very well done. So let's check into the boss game. It's gonna be, of course, Joe winning most of it, because basically his strategy was better and tactics. The 2TC faster heroic worked much better than BoIt's faster heroic and then the second TC. Can see that he had much more economy to back his initial push with, and BoIt just couldn't muster enough strength in that, even with Ancestors. Yeah, the difference in the economy, the second TC really paid off quite a bit for Joe. You can see it's 1,000, 2,000, basically 3,500 resources more at this stage. That's a lot. That's really a lot. You can see even 16 more villages for him. That's exactly what won the game for Joe in there. And why BoIt wasn't able to keep up. Can see he killed only 10 units, literally. Wow. And Joe killed 30, even though there are gonna be like, how many ancestors there are? Like 10? Something like that. But still, even without them, it's a double amount of units. Even through the ancestors rather at this point, because ancestors of course would be killing quite a bit from the opponent. Yeah, even the 747 advance wasn't really any kind of advantage. Those 40 seconds, or rather, yeah, 40 seconds pretty much, something plus, were negated by the second TC quite a bit. And then of course the very powerful relic for the Chariot Archers, that does make a difference. So never forget relics, they are really good. You can see the economy just allowing the much higher and much faster growth of the military that basically could be only evened by BoIt by using ancestors. And that just wasn't exactly what you would be wanting. GG.